Hey everybody, it's Madeline here to talk about this Mercury in retrograde happening today at 22 degrees of Pisces. Now, Mercury is going to retrograde tomorrow as well as it continues in its retrogradation, and it will meet with Venus. And that is a very fated dharmic reconnect with projects from the past, relationships or connections from the past that are part of our dharma, because Pisces is the energy of dharma because it's ruled by Jupiter, and anything ruled by Jupiter is what we're here to do for God, basically. And Pisces is the highest dimensional energy, so it is the most connected to the divine clarity. So this Mercury retrograde brings us divine clarity of our true dharmic path, our true dharmic people. And this is a period where we reflect and we revise and reorganize and and mostly around our thoughts and what we believe, especially when it's in the energy of Pisces ruled by Jupiter. We're going to be evaluating what we truly, really believe, what is true, or what are we just following the masses about. It's a very profound and deep Mercury retrograde. This is sort of a soul retrieval retrograde. This is my kind of a retrograde. You know, when Mercury's in direct, we're really dealing with the third dimensional reality field. Now imagine Mercury in retrograde in the sign of Pisces. I mean, talk about the least material. We're really deep diving into some profound inner reflection about our karma. We're at the end degree point of Pisces. We're reevaluating some of our actions, some of our choices, how it created situations that we either need to forgive people around or we need to forgive ourselves around. This is a very deep cleansing period. Now, the reason this is happening is because as soon as that March 21 hits, when the sun moves into Pisces, and Jupiter has gone direct already, and then Mercury's going to go direct on March 20th. I mean, that is go time. So we are really supposed to pay deep inner attention right now with the Mercury in retrograde and reconnect with what is really authentic for our souls, what is really true for our direction here, what is the big choice we're going to make here soon when all these planets are in Aries, and then we're going to have to commit to something. We are going to commit to something. And because of this retrogradation period with Mercury, which is all about our higher mind, our thoughts, our ideas, our perceptions, our beliefs, this is all going under scrutiny, under deep reflection. And not and it brings confusion, you know, Neptune, Mercury retrograde confusion, which is like not to cause problems for us, but to give us insights and clarity and inner clarity. Because, you know, as within, so without. So when all these energies start to go direct, we're going to want to manifest the direct energies in alignment with who we truly are. So we have to really consciously connect with that in this retrogradation period. Because wisdom, the wisdom that we're gaining in this retrograde period is very spiritually. We're really getting downloads. We're very intuitive. But you know what? God speaks to us through silence. Wisdom comes in silence, not speed. And um, and wisdom comes from depth, which is stillness. So Mercury retrograde involves deep reflection, meditation, silence, I know retroflexion, but revisiting past decisions and choices. And now Mercury retrograde, it seems like things are still and nothing's happening, but that's not true because a lot of the movement, a lot of stuff is happening underneath, deep within us, spiritually in our soul. And it is going to bubble forward when Mercury goes direct here in March 20th, when Jupiter, as I say, is also direct. So our dharma, our purpose goes forward with a lot of clarity through after as a result of this deep reflection that we're in. It's very much about soul alignment, this retrograde Mercury. And but also we are going to wake up to truths with this Mercury retrograde because first of all, the Pisces, the tarot card of the page of Cups, it has a Pisces in it. It's about the truth. It's about a spiritual higher truth, not a 3D truth. People think the 3D is the truth. It's not. The Hermetic wise men taught us that the third dimensional reality playing field is a result of the spiritual realm, that we are result of spiritual, of an unseen force. The material is a result of the presence of an unseen force. So we are working with the unseen forces when Mercury is in retrograde in order to be in alignment when the energies are go in that March 21. And also we're going to clear karma too. Communication, forgiving people, people contacting you from the past, perhaps in a 12-step program, apologizing, doing their, what is it, their fourth step, or was it eighth step? I can't remember. I did Al-Anon for a while. I found it very helpful. But you're going to hear from possibly people from the past, or we are the initiators of communication from people from the past in order to resolve unresolved emotions, to gain clarity on unresolved conversations, to sort of finish off unresolved conversations that need clarifying. Apologies need to be given. People have to forgive everybody because we're moving forward into the energy of this new earth, and we all want clean slates. So this Mercury retrograde is bringing us clarity on how we can clean our the final sort of debris of karma on our slates still, if anything is there. But we're reflecting to see if there is. And you know what? Wisdom doesn't come from certainty. A lot of our karma comes from certainty. Wisdom comes from deep questioning. So we're in a questioning mode. We're developing inner wisdom. We're developing some deep wisdom through connection in our silence with ourself, because Pisces is the energy of being with ourself and God. So that pretty much, I wrote a lot of notes on this. I did some deep study on this because I find this a very fascinating time. And by watching the astrology now, so think about your Mercury houses, which is going to be your Virgo and your Gemini houses, are going to go into deep reflection, reorganizing, reevaluating, revising. Travel plans are going to get changed, revision, ideas, beliefs, old habits, just something deep within our life profoundly changes through some deep reflection and some deep clarity through our soul's voice. The soul's voice is loud here, not the intellectual mind. The reason Mercury goes retrograde is that we stop being in controlling, forcing movement, forward, action, mind, and that we go yin, and then we go receptive, and we gain spiritual guidance. Whether you call it that, whether you call it your intuition, just inner reflection, that's what that is. It's the soul speaks loudly. We're listening to our inner soul compass, which is connected to God. It's never going to be wrong. So these retrospective, these retrograde periods are for deep reevaluating of our souls aligned desires, so that we make the right actions when the energies go into major yang energy here in March, mid-March, or when Mercury goes direct. So allow the confusions, write it out. Water energy, we just write things out. Allow the confusion because it's leading you to your soul, pulling you out of your logical mind, which is just causing too much misalignment, static, too much static. Now in retrograde, we can get too into our thinking, too over analytical. So we want to just do a lot of meditating and silence. Silence the mind actually is what we really want to be doing. Hard to do that. But then we can hear ourselves, and it's to be present with ourselves and God. So that is the nutshell. I'm going to go on my YouTube channel and go through all the 12 signs for this, as well as the eclipse. So stay tuned. And you can find me at soullevels.com. If you want a personal reading, feel free to contact me at soullevels.com. All right. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.